Today we're hungry, so we're gonna get some food at Rix Sports Bar and Grill right here, behind us here, at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. We got the tower here. I believe the restaurant's back over here. I think we're gonna get one of their hot dogs they've got, maybe some nachos. We'll find out. Let's go check it out. We have stayed at this tower right when it opened a few years ago, and there was a hurricane that year. But we are going to stay here sometime in the near future. And then right under this blue pavilion area is where the entrance is, and the restaurant should be right in there. Another fun fact is this is where we stayed for our honeymoon when we came to Disney. 6 years ago, before they did all the remodeling and before they had the tower. So, been here a couple times. As we were walking in, look at this little cross grass pattern that's grown through the bricks. Upon entry, look at all of these cacti. Look how tall that thing is. And then this used to be the old entry point and check-in for the resort, but I believe you do that through the tower now because wow, they've completely removed all that and made little tables for people. That's cool. And then there is where the restaurant is located. Down this hall is Rix Sports Bar and Grill. We've also eaten here a couple years ago, but we're gonna come back and do a little review about it. Looks like they also have mobile order takeout available, and it's actually right here. Here is what the inside looks like, and you can see they have a lot of TVs. In fact, there's one right back here because it is a sports bar, so they're gonna have sports playing all over it. And when we came a few years ago, we watched you remember what we watched?
Nebraska Huskers game.
Nebraska Huskers game. In fact, right at that table, and it was displayed right there. They actually have menus you can hold here. You can still do the contactless menu right there, but here is their menu. And on the back, they just have the logo. And then here is their drink menu. I ended up getting one of their hot dogs, which was the Siestas dog, and when the food comes out, I'll show you and put the description there. And then you got the
buffalo chicken salad.
Yes, so, and just sweet teas to drink this time. Here is our sweet tea. It's good. Of course, it's Southern sweet tea. I'd take you a sip of that. Fresh Southern sweet tea. Here is her buffalo chicken salad, and again, I'm gonna put that description right on the video. And then here is my sweet potato fries and my hot dog, which looks amazing. You could also get waffle fries and I think regular fries, but I love sweet potato fries the best, so looks really good. Is it? Is it spicy? A little bit? Look at the flag on the TV behind me there. All right, this is gonna probably be messy because it's very large, but let's go. Look at the size of this hot dog. That is stinking good. And a fry. Hot. Good meal here. She tried it too, and something we both noticed that I forgot was on it was it's a little bit sweet, which I really like because they have jalapeno jam on it. It's good. And here's what's left of everything. So they were very large portions as well. Something else I wanted to point out is they also have a bar up there with several TVs, and then they do not have a restroom in the actual restaurant. You have to walk towards the convention center this way and use those restrooms, which I believe should be, yeah, I think they might be down We're right here, past this little corner. We are gonna walk around a little bit. This won't be like a full tour video because we're gonna stay here one day and do a full tour video, but we're just gonna kind of see how crowded it is and maybe look at the pool and go by the tower. All right, back to our reference point. This was the entry, this was the fountain, that's where the restaurant was. Now we are heading out these doors because we're gonna probably walk the bridge, check out some of the pools, and just see what else we can discover on this warm 93-degree Florida day. Something I didn't know is it looks like you can maybe fish here. Someone is anyway. I don't know where you can buy a fishing pole from, but you can
You need to look at,
fish.
is that place open or no?
I don't know.
I don't think it was quite open.
They were still doing
whenever
construction,
we,
right?
Yeah, stayed here last.
Also, do not feed the wildlife. But isn't fishing like feeding the wildlife?
Essentially.
This is one of my favorite views of the tower. Right here overlooking the water. And then I do remember right over here where this, what is that, like an Aztec temple pyramid, is where the pool is. I think there's a indoor, I think, don't quote me on this, isn't there an indoor pool at the tower now? Or behind it? We'll check that out too, but we
Getting out in our lives last time.
because the hurricane.
The amenities.
And we were also distracted because it was brand new, so we were just kind of checking everything out.
We're not very good at exploring the resorts whenever because we only ever stayed whenever we were going to the parks.
Yes.
So we would just go to the parks and come back and sleep.
We never had a staycation where you could just explore everything. It was go sleep, get up, go to the parks, repeat. But soon, we're gonna enjoy more time at the resort. We'll have to do some research, but it looks like it is open for business, but not currently open right now. So it might be like hourly open. It might be a night, evening thing. There was a sign that said something 5 to 11, but I thought it was that little place back there, but I don't know. It looks like they're they're closed for a private event. There we go. But they are, it seems like, operating then.
So it's pretty open 4:30 to midnight. So it is like an evening.
4:30 to midnight daily. Look at all the cool. No, that's new. Look at all the designs on the side. We're getting close to where the pool is. I don't think we can actually get in because you have to stay at the resort in order to get in. But something we were talking about is when we stayed for our honeymoon, it was back here in this area.
Yeah.
So we stayed in the tower and then we stayed back here. But they remodeled and it used to not be this color. You had a very good description of what the color was. What would you say the color was back when we stayed?
I went to a Taco Bell in like 1998.
Like the
That
bright
kind of aesthetic.
bluish, reddish color. That's what it used to be back over here. So they have done a little repainting on the buildings. And there's a duck right there. Hi, duck. Here's some signage. So it was the ranchos that we stayed in. They also have the dig site, which is the pool, snack bar, arcade, which looks like they are not doing the volleyball net right now, but they do have, is that like the spike ball or whatever it's called? And then if we zoom in, you can see more of the pool area. Let's walk over here for a second just to see how busy it is. When we stayed for a honeymoon, I remember we got some wings from the little snack bar and it was good. It looks like we will not be able to get in, obviously, but we can still see the water dripping over here. Seems like a busy day. It is warm, so I'm sure a lot of people are there. And then here's that little sand area. To keep comparing our two stays, before the tower, they did not have this shortcut bridge. So you actually had to walk all the way up this bridge and then to the pool. You couldn't cut across. So I remember we would walk quite a bit through here, but we're getting close to where we stayed. Wouldn't that be crazy if we remembered the exact room?
I'm sure we could look it up.
I'm sure we have a picture or something, but I do remember,
General area.
right?
It It was like, I remember we had to go upstairs and around a corner because we saw the lizards on the lawn.
And frogs.
I thought that was crazy.
And since we weren't used to how Florida had all their little animals everywhere, we were kind of freaked out by it. But yes, they definitely painted them a different color. I looked and I don't believe I have the picture of the exact room number, but I know we had to walk to this bus stop. Bus stop 3, that sounds really familiar.
Oh yeah, I noticed that one. And I know for sure that there were trash cans over here because there was a raccoon digging in one that we saw.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of these. Oh, here's stairs. I think it's one of those ones.
Right up here. Yeah, because that looks like where we walked up and there were the lizards on the wall.
And then I think we took a right into one of these.
So probably, what, you said 6 years ago? 6, everything's 6 right now. 6 years ago. First time going together. And have been every year since.
Multiple times.
Now we live within driving distance, within an hour. And we didn't know what our lives would become. We stayed right up in one of these rooms. You don't even care about the nostalgia of our old trip. Now it's huge crepe myrtle. But back to our room, one of these. 6 years later, we can just drive and come eat at a restaurant if we want. It's a great feeling. Looking back in our photos, I actually found a picture we took of the raccoon at the trash can. So I'll put that in right now. But that was, what'd you find? Oh, trash can, raccoon. And if you turn the camera, there is just a little happy turtle on that rock. Dude, that's gotta be warm.
They love that. I don't love it. Green again.
Yeah, you need to go.
Oh my gosh.
Must have been a bullfrog.
Oh my gosh, I just jumped.
Now we're going old school and crossing the only path that used to have. We're gonna head up back by, probably pass through the tower, and then call it a day. Another reference point, we're still walking around. It looks like that private event is happening, but we're just gonna keep walking around this path, which will eventually lead us back to the tower. Walking this way, we happened upon another smaller pool that all of these people staying over here can be in, go in, right there.
What the heck is that?
There's what?
Mickey Mouse with the Y.
Oh, I don't know. What is that? Maybe. Huh. Oh, look at the bird.
Hello, morning dove.
All right. Got a nice little covered walkway, which may not be a bad idea.
Look at the little lights.
And all the lights back there. I bet at nighttime it's gonna look really nice.
Do you think that's where they do like, do they do movies here? Like
Oh, maybe.
Other ones?
Thought you stepped on
Kill the lizard.
I don't know, that's really nice though. When we stay here, we'll have to check it out.
Or events or something.
Yep. Here's a little place that you can rent some bikes if you choose.
Oh, fishing.
Oh, and fishing. Here we go. Here's the prices. That explains it. Daily crafts is today. DYO water bottles. Decorate your own or do your own water bottles. And we have almost made it to the tower. And since we're just pointing out which rooms we stayed in, we did not stay on this side. I do remember that. It was on the other side because when the hurricane was happening, you could see all the utility workers park their vehicles there. And
they housed them all here.
That's right. They all let them stay here. And look at these benches real quick. Those are nice. And you could also see Hollywood Studios because that was the day we came to the opening weekend of Star Wars Land, and you could actually see Star Wars from our room, which is on the other side. But
so
look at these.
This is meant to mimic Park Will, that Antonin Gaudi or whatever.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. That's all you.
In Spain, has a whole park made out of mosaic trees. He did the Sagrada Familia and stuff in Barcelona. And, oh, there's an H over there. don't know what those are.
Oh, an H. Gotcha. I was
But
like, what are you?
that's the whole theme of the, sorry, that's the whole theme of the tower is based off of like his architecture and.
Yeah. And it's one of my favorite rooms I've ever stayed in. One thing I remember about just the experience was the elevator. I'd never seen it. I even filmed it, just a little snippet of it, because it was weird. It's like a touch screen. I don't know how to explain it. We'll show you that when we stay. And then there's some chess over there.
Another influence on this was Dali, right?
I believe so, yes.
He helped with that one, it's like a Disney short or something.
Yes.
Like that.
And they have like a poster or something up in here, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think, we'll just search, but I think do they have a pool at this one? I don't know, but either way, we're gonna go in for a sec. All right, I think if we're looking here, somewhere, hold on, come this way for a second. This is what I was talking about. Look at these. They're all touchscreen. So cool. Look at the Mickey. And then the lobby area, which, oh yeah. I remember walking up top out to this and thinking, holy smokes, this place is so nice. And I love how they did the lobby. There's a bar.
And that's also mimics like his architecture style.
Yeah.
Back there.
All of that. There is a poster, I thought, in here. And I think what we decided is we're gonna have to look up. Do they have a pool?
I don't think they have a pool.
I think the big pool is just the big pool. And then they have some small pools around, but I don't think there's any in this exact resort. And then more of that style up here. Where is that poster? Oh, maybe that's what it was. It was not an actual poster, but they're playing the Disney short, right?
I think it's a short. Dali had some sort of influence on it.
Yes, that's what it was. But
Fact check us on all of this because
we could just be way off. But and then that's where the new check-in area is. And I remember we sat over here for a while. In fact, like all of them are doing. All of these lamps that are up here have chargers too for your electronics. As we leave the lobby, another view of what it looks like, and then brings us right out to the parking lot. And if we go to the right, this is where there's a bus stop. And since we're bringing up old times, we got out here like at, 4 o'clock in the morning for that opening weekend. It was Saturday morning. I think they had the extra, yes, whatever it was. And so the park, I think, opened like at 6. And we got on that bus. I kid you not, there was another group with us, like 2 people standing out there, or a group of 4, and us as well. We were the only ones out there. And we were headed what would be the opening time. It was very cool, very crowded, and it was very early in the morning. And look at the design of that bus. That must be a new wrapped bus with Toy Story, and I absolutely love Toy Story. Cool. All right, to fact check ourselves, we looked up a couple things. One is the Grand Destino Tower, which Destino is going to come into play here in a second, but they did not have a new pool built for that specific tower. So there's the main one and then just the smaller ones around. And then that leads to Grand Destino.
Oh, that was the short, it's called Destino, and it was written by Salvador Dali. So that's how that influence is there. And then the architecture and style was pulled from Antoni Gaudí.
There we go. There we go. That's the facts right there. All right, that was our trip out to Rix Sports Bar and Grill at Coronado Springs Resort. Full, it was great food. You enjoyed yours. I enjoyed mine. Could have easily shared. We thought about getting the dessert, but we didn't want to stuff ourselves. It is extremely hot out, so walking on a full stomach with the heat would be miserable, but we got to do a little jaunt around the resort. And like I mentioned before, coming soon, we're gonna start doing a few resort tours, but it brought back some memories of our first honeymoon time here and then the hurricane time here. Maybe next time we come, it'll just be a normal stay. But all in all, fun day. It's fun bringing back some memories. And that does it for today. Thanks for watching.